Have you ever felt like you're running a never-ending race, constantly pursuing something or someone, only to end up more exhausted and unfulfilled? Whether it's the dream job you've always wanted, a romantic relationship that seems just out of reach, or even the validation you seek from others, the harder you chase, the further it seems to drift away. The reality is that when we chase, we often push away what we desire without even realizing it. But what if I told you there's a better way? A way that allows you to stop running and start attracting everything truly meant for you, effortlessly. This transformative approach is rooted in Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that teaches us to live with intention, clarity, and self-worth. Stoicism empowers us to cultivate an inner strength that draws opportunities, relationships, and abundance into our lives, without the frantic energy of chasing after them. In this video, I'm excited to share 11 Stoic-inspired principles that will guide you in stopping the chase and starting to attract the things that truly belong to you. So, if you're ready to embrace a life filled with calm confidence, where what's meant for you naturally finds its way to you without you having to chase it down, then keep watching. Let's dive into these powerful concepts that will fundamentally change how you approach your life, your goals, and your relationships. Together, we'll unlock the secrets of attraction and the art of living aligned with your true self. Number 1. Chasing versus attraction. Let's talk about a common struggle: chasing versus attracting. Have you ever felt like the more you chase something, whether it's a relationship, success, or validation, the further away it seems to get? That's because chasing is rooted in a sense of lack and fear. When you chase something, you're essentially telling yourself, "I don't have this, and I need it to complete me." It creates an energy of desperation, which tends to repel rather than attract what you want. Think of how overwhelming it can be when someone is constantly seeking your approval or attention. You're likely to feel pushed away, right? The same principle applies to anything in life. Chasing implies that you're exerting effort to force an outcome, believing that your happiness or fulfillment is dependent on achieving it. Whether it's a career goal, a relationship, or even personal success, this approach creates pressure and leads to burnout. The more you chase, the more you reinforce the belief that you are incomplete without that thing. Now, contrast this with attraction. Attraction is about aligning yourself with what you want, without the need for constant effort or force. It's rooted in confidence, self-worth, and the belief that what's meant for you will come. Instead of trying to mold yourself into someone you think others will love or respect, you focus on being your true self, knowing that the right things and people will be drawn to you naturally. This mindset shift is powerful because it removes the anxiety of needing to control everything. Take, for example, a woman who's constantly chasing love. She might feel like she has to be perfect to find the one, so she's always changing herself or overanalyzing every interaction. This desperation often pushes potential partners away. But a woman who is content with herself, who enjoys her life and radiates confidence, attracts people without even trying. She isn't chasing love, she's simply open to receiving it when it comes. The same goes for professional success. A person who is constantly hustling out of fear they'll fail or be left behind may find themselves burnt out and frustrated. On the other hand, someone who works hard but remains patient, knowing their efforts will pay off, creates an aura of confidence that attracts opportunities. Stoicism teaches us to live in accordance with nature, which means aligning with the natural flow of life. When you do this, you stop chasing things that aren't meant for you and start attracting what is. It doesn't mean you stop putting in effort, but you let go of the frantic need to control outcomes. Instead of forcing situations to work in your favor, you trust that what is meant for you will find you. So how do you shift from chasing to attracting? Start by focusing on yourself, your growth, your happiness, your well-being. When you build a life that fulfills you, you naturally become more magnetic to the things and people that align with that life. You stop chasing external validation because you already feel complete within yourself. In practical terms, this means stepping back from situations where you feel desperate or frantic and focusing inward. Ask yourself, Am I chasing this because I genuinely want it, or because I feel incomplete without it? If it's the latter, it's time to realign. Remind yourself that you are enough, and what's meant for you will come in its own time. When you stop chasing and start trusting the process, life becomes less stressful. You begin to attract the right opportunities and relationships without exhausting yourself. By embodying confidence and self-worth, you create a magnetic energy that draws in what is truly meant for you. At the end of the day, what belongs to you will find you when you stop chasing and allow life to unfold naturally. Instead of chasing things out of fear, embrace the energy of attraction and trust that everything you need will come to you when the time is right. By doing this, you'll live in alignment with your true self and attract the best things in life effortlessly. Number 2, let go of fear. Fear is often the silent force that keeps many of us from getting what we truly want. Whether it's fear of failure, rejection, or simply the unknown, it pushes us to chase after things with desperation rather than confidence. When you act out of fear, you're essentially coming from a place of scarcity, constantly worried that what you want will slip away if you don't control every aspect of it. Think about it. When was the last time fear led you to a good decision? Take someone who's afraid of being seen as inadequate at work. They might start overworking, double-checking everything obsessively, and worrying about every small mistake. This fear-driven behavior not only stresses them out but can also backfire, leading to burnout or even worse performance. Fear creates a vicious cycle. When we act out of fear, we often end up pushing away the very things we're trying to keep. Now, let's consider relationships. Fear of losing someone can lead to overcompensation, texting too often, seeking constant reassurance, or avoiding confrontation. Ironically, this can make the other person feel overwhelmed, causing the exact opposite of what you wanted: distance. Whether in your career, relationships, or personal goals, when fear is your motivator, you become reactive instead of proactive. You start chasing after things with a mindset of "I need this" rather than "I deserve this." The philosophy of Stoicism teaches us to accept that many things are beyond our control. We can't control how other people behave, the outcome of every situation, or the unpredictable nature of life. What we can control is our reaction. Letting go of fear means embracing uncertainty with confidence, trusting that what's meant for you will come, and that you have the inner resilience to handle whatever life throws at you. One of the best ways to let go of fear is through mindfulness. When you feel fear creeping in, pause and ask yourself, is this fear helping me, or is it holding me back? Often, just recognizing that fear is driving your actions can help you regain control. From there, you can choose to act from a place of calm and clarity instead of panic. Letting go of fear doesn't mean recklessness. It means having faith that you can handle uncertainty and that life will unfold as it's meant to. Number 3, visualize success. Visualization is a powerful tool that can help you attract what you want. When you spend time imagining your goals as if you've already achieved them, you train your mind to focus on possibilities rather than obstacles. Visualizing success helps you move from a state of chasing to a state of attracting, because instead of feeling desperate or unsure, you begin to embody the confidence that comes with knowing what you're capable of. Picture someone who wants to excel in their career. Instead of worrying about the next promotion, they take a few moments each day to visualize themselves already succeeding, nailing that presentation, leading their team, and feeling proud of their work. This mental rehearsal doesn't just make them feel good in the moment, it sets the stage for actual success by reinforcing a positive self-image. When you believe you're capable, you naturally take actions that align with that belief. Visualization isn't about daydreaming or pretending everything will magically fall into place. It's about creating a mental blueprint for success and giving your mind the direction it needs to take. Think of it like training your brain. The more you focus on what you want, the more your mind starts looking for ways to make it happen. Another great example is in relationships. Instead of obsessing over whether someone likes you or constantly worrying about what could go wrong, visualize yourself in a healthy, balanced partnership where communication flows easily and respect is mutual. This shift in perspective takes the pressure off and allows you to approach relationships from a place of confidence rather than insecurity. By visualizing success, you're not chasing after validation or approval. Instead, you're attracting it because you've already decided deep within that you're worthy of it. This mental shift is incredibly powerful. It turns you from a seeker into a magnet for the things you desire. Number 4. Do your best and let go. One of the core teachings of Stoicism is the idea of doing your best and then letting go of the outcome. This is a concept that can change how you approach everything in life, from work to relationships to personal goals. Often we get so fixated on the results that we lose sight of the process. We want to control everything, make sure everything turns out perfectly, and get frustrated when things don't go our way. But the truth is, we can only control so much. Imagine someone who's preparing for a job interview. They've done their research, practiced their answers, and dressed for success. At this point, they've done everything they can. But instead of obsessing over whether they'll get the job, they choose to let go of the outcome. They trust that if it's meant for them, it will happen, and if not, something else will come along. This mindset allows them to walk into the interview calm and focused, rather than nervous and overthinking every word. In relationships, this principle is equally important. You can't force someone to love you, stay with you, or meet your expectations. You can only show up as your best self and let the rest unfold naturally. By doing your best and letting go, you release the need for constant control and allow space for things to happen organically. Letting go doesn't mean you don't care about the outcome. It means you care enough to trust the process and understand that not everything is within your control. When you do your best, you're putting in the effort where it matters. The key is learning to release attachment to the outcome, because that's where peace lies. Trust that what's meant for you will find you, and what isn't will fall away. Number 5. Attract what you want. Attraction isn't about sitting back and hoping that the universe hands you everything you desire. It's about aligning your actions, thoughts, and energy with your goals so that you become a magnet for what you want. The principle of attraction, often tied to the law of attraction, suggests that what you focus on expands. If you're constantly focusing on what you lack, you're likely to attract more of that scarcity into your life. On the flip side, when you focus on abundance, growth, and possibilities, you begin to pull more of those things into your world. Consider someone who's looking for a meaningful relationship. If their mindset is constantly fixated on the idea that they're unlucky in love or that all their relationships end badly, they'll carry that negative energy into every interaction. Their desperation or pessimism might push others away, even if they're not consciously aware of it. On the contrary, if they begin to focus on their worth, visualize the qualities they seek in a partner, and approach dating with positivity and patience, they'll start to attract healthier, more fulfilling connections. Attraction isn't just about relationships, though. In your career, instead of chasing every opportunity that comes your way out of fear of missing out, you can be selective and deliberate. When you trust in your abilities and focus on the type of work that truly aligns with your passion and skills, the right opportunities often present themselves. This doesn't mean sitting idly by and waiting for success to fall into your lap. It means being proactive in ways that align with your true desires and values, and trusting that the right things will come. Ultimately, attracting what you want is about cultivating the right mindset. Instead of chasing after things from a place of lack or fear, you shift your focus toward abundance, self-worth, and trust. When you align your actions with your intentions and believe that you are worthy of receiving what you desire, you naturally draw those things toward you. Number 6. Release control. One of the hardest things for many of us to do is to let go of control. We often believe that if we can just hold on to every detail, every outcome, and every situation, we can ensure that things go our way. But the reality is that trying to control everything often leads to frustration, burnout, and disappointment. Life is unpredictable, and trying to micromanage every aspect of it can leave you feeling exhausted and anxious. Let's take the example of someone who's trying to build a business. They may feel the need to oversee every decision, manage every small task, and be involved in every part of the process. While it's important to care about your business, this level of control can quickly become overwhelming. At some point, they need to trust their team, delegate tasks, and understand that not every decision will go perfectly. Releasing control doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you trust that things will work out as they're meant to, even if they don't always align with your initial plans. In relationships, trying to control another person's actions, feelings, or choices is a recipe for tension. You might feel that if you can just steer them in the right direction, everything will be fine. But relationships are about mutual respect and freedom, not manipulation or control. When you let go of the need to control your partner, you allow space for the relationship to grow naturally, with both individuals being true to themselves. Releasing control is liberating. It means accepting that while you can guide and influence certain outcomes, you cannot force everything to bend to your will. When you stop trying to control every situation, you create space for things to unfold in ways that may even surpass your expectations. It allows you to experience life with less stress and more openness to new possibilities. Number 7. Embrace uplifting moments. Life is full of small uplifting moments, but too often, we're so focused on our goals or the future that we forget to appreciate the present. In the pursuit of success or fulfillment, we overlook the joy that's available to us in everyday life. Embracing uplifting moments doesn't just bring immediate happiness, it also helps you build resilience and a positive mindset, which are crucial for attracting the things you want into your life. Consider someone who's working toward a big promotion at work. They may be so focused on that end goal that they forget to appreciate the progress they've already made. They might miss out on celebrating small victories, like completing a challenging project or receiving praise from their team. By neglecting these uplifting moments, they rob themselves of the joy that comes with the journey, not just the destination. In relationships, it's easy to get caught up in what's lacking or what needs to improve. But when you take the time to appreciate the small, positive moments, like a meaningful conversation, a kind gesture, or shared laughter, you strengthen the bond between you and your partner. These moments are the foundation of a healthy relationship, and when you embrace them, you attract more of the same positive energy into your life. Embracing uplifting moments is also about practicing gratitude. When you regularly take time to acknowledge and appreciate the good things in your life, no matter how small, you shift your focus away from what's missing. This shift in perspective allows you to feel more fulfilled in the present, while also creating the emotional space for more good things to come your way. The more you embrace uplifting moments, the more you realize that happiness and fulfillment are available to you at every stage of your journey, not just at the finish line. Number 8. Stay true to yourself. In a world where external pressures are constant, whether from society, family, friends, or the media, staying true to yourself can be one of the most challenging yet rewarding things you can do. When you are authentic and live according to your core values, you naturally attract people and opportunities that align with who you truly are. But when you stray from your true self in an attempt to fit in or please others, you risk attracting things that don't genuinely fulfill you. Imagine someone who has been told throughout their life that financial success is the only way to measure one's worth. They pursue a high-paying job in finance or law, not because it's their passion, but because they want approval from their family or peers. After years of chasing this version of success, they might find themselves feeling unfulfilled, disconnected from their true desires. In this case, even if they attract wealth or status, it won't bring them happiness, because it's not in alignment with who they really are. Now imagine another scenario where someone pursues a career or lifestyle that aligns with their values, whether it's working in a creative field, traveling the world, or dedicating time to helping others. They might not achieve society's traditional markers of success right away, but they'll likely feel more satisfied and fulfilled because they're living in harmony with their authentic self. Being true to yourself also strengthens your relationships. When you present the real you to the world, you attract people who appreciate you for who you genuinely are, not for some facade or mask you're wearing. Whether it's in friendships, romantic relationships, or even professional networks, authenticity breeds deeper and more meaningful connections. Staying true to yourself requires courage, especially when you're faced with criticism or doubt from others. But by trusting in your own values and vision, you not only attract what truly belongs to you, but you also create a life filled with greater meaning and purpose. Number 9. Practice patience and trust. Patience and trust are essential when it comes to the art of attraction. We live in a fast-paced world where instant gratification is often expected. But when it comes to the things that matter most in life, whether it's building a career, a relationship, or personal growth, the best results come to those who are willing to wait and trust the process. Consider someone who's working hard to build a business. They might have big dreams, but success doesn't come overnight. There will be setbacks, challenges, and periods of slow progress. The key is to stay patient and trust that the efforts they're putting in today will pay off in the future. If they give up or chase after quick fixes, they might never reach the full potential of what they're capable of. Patience is about recognizing that everything has its season, and trust is about believing that the time and energy you invest will bring rewards, even if they don't come immediately. The same principle applies to personal relationships. You may be searching for a meaningful connection, but trying to force it or rush the process only leads to frustration. When you're patient and trust that the right person will come into your life at the right time, you allow things to unfold naturally. It's about believing that what's meant for you will not pass you by, as long as you stay open and true to yourself. Patience and trust are intertwined with faith in yourself and the universe. It's about understanding that you don't have control over every detail, but you do have control over how you respond. By practicing patience, you give yourself space to grow and learn. Trusting the process means letting go of the need to force outcomes and believing that things will work out as they're meant to. Number 10. Set clear intentions. When it comes to attracting what you want in life, setting clear intentions is crucial. An intention is more than just a wish or a vague desire. It's a focused and deliberate declaration of what you want to bring into your life. Without clear intentions, you might find yourself drifting aimlessly, reacting to life rather than shaping it. By setting clear goals and defining your purpose, you give yourself a roadmap for where you want to go, and the universe tends to respond to that clarity. Let's say you're trying to advance in your career. You could simply wish for a promotion, or you could set a clear intention by deciding exactly what role you want, what skills you need to develop, and what steps you'll take to achieve that goal. The latter gives you focus and direction, which makes it easier to attract the right opportunities and resources. When you're clear about what you want, your actions, thoughts, and even the people you meet will start aligning with your goal. In relationships, setting clear intentions is equally important. Whether you're seeking a romantic partner or looking to improve an existing relationship, being intentional about what you want and need helps create healthier dynamics. If you're clear with yourself and others about your boundaries, values, and goals in a relationship, you're more likely to attract a partner who's aligned with those things. Vague desires often lead to vague outcomes, but when you're intentional, you're more likely to attract the right match. The key to setting clear intentions is specificity and commitment. Know what you want, why you want it, and how you plan to pursue it. At the same time, remain flexible enough to adapt to life's inevitable changes. Clear intentions don't guarantee that everything will happen exactly as you planned, but they provide a strong foundation for moving forward with purpose and confidence. Number 11. Cultivate self-love and self-worth. At the heart of everything we've discussed, whether it's attracting success, love, or happiness, is the idea that you must first cultivate self-love and self-worth. Without these, it's difficult to truly attract what you deserve because you might not believe you're worthy of receiving it. Self-love isn't about arrogance or narcissism. It's about having a healthy relationship with yourself, understanding your value, and treating yourself with kindness and respect. Think about someone who constantly seeks validation from others. whether it's through relationships, social media, or their career. Their self-worth is tied to external approval, so they're always chasing the next compliment, promotion, or like. But this approach is exhausting and unsustainable because it places your sense of worth in the hands of others. On the other hand, when you cultivate self-love, you start to validate yourself from within. You don't need constant external approval to feel good about yourself. Cultivating self-love also means setting boundaries. When you love yourself, you don't tolerate behavior that disrespects or diminishes you. You become more selective about the people you let into your life and the situations you allow yourself to be in. This self-respect not only protects you from negative influences, but also helps you attract relationships, opportunities, and experiences that honor your true worth. Self-love is a practice, and it takes time to build. It involves recognizing your strengths, embracing your imperfections, and consistently reminding yourself that you are enough. When you approach life from a place of self-worth, you naturally attract more positive experiences because you're no longer chasing validation or trying to prove your worth to anyone. You know your value, and that confidence becomes a magnet for all the good things you deserve.